This is the Gala Maybury Casino in Edinburgh. We're here for the APAT Scottish Amateur Poker Championships.
Back, please. Aces and tens.
I'm with Robert Ingleby. Robert, you're through to day 2 of the Scottish Amateur Championships with 101,000 chips. How did yesterday go for you?
Well, it went pretty well, really, considering I'm still here. So, I mean, I had a bit of luck. I think about 11 o'clock last night, had 17,000, moved tables, and got a couple of good hands. Had jacks that doubled up on against ace 10. And so it kind of turned out pretty well the last couple of hours, and ended up, I had 133 at one point, but I'm still pretty much in there with a good shout. Hopefully, if all goes well today, I'm hoping to be able to cash anyway, so yeah.
Absolutely. You've been to a number of APAT tournaments in the past, Robert. Do you think is this your best chance of going on to win one?
Certainly looks like it, based on current chip count, yeah. I mean, I don't know too much about the opposition. I don't recognise any of the other faces, but I think there's some pretty good players out there, going by the play I've seen yesterday. So it's going to be really difficult, but I'm hopeful. I'm in with a chance, yeah. And
what do you think should the strategy be for today? Do you push early? I mean, obviously you do have chips, or do you take it steady and see some players go out?
Well, I mean, it's going to be difficult, really. I mean, there aren't really that many short stacks. I think there's a lot of people on around 60,000 chips. I'm going to take it steady, see what happens. I mean, I think there could be a lot of action early. People going for, and the blinds are big now, so there's going to be a lot of play. I'm just going to kind of sit there and see what happens.
Great. And you came through the regional qualifiers for this route. Which event did you play, Robert?
Playing London regionals, and I was fourth this time. So yeah, I think I've qualified a couple of times for the regionals, and they're great. They really are good, and yeah, you meet a lot of good people there, and it's a good kind of social aspect as well.
Right. So yeah. Well, let's hope for London and the Victoria that you can get a big result today. So thanks for talking to us, Robert. Chip. Stuart, how many chips do you have at the moment?
110,000 this.
Fantastic. Any big hands yesterday to see you through to this point?
Yeah, a couple of levels from the end last night. I was in late position, and there was the guy under the gun raised to 10,000. I put him all in. He had about 40,000 chips left. I had ace king. He thought about it, called me. He had king jack, so ace king held up, and I got 40,000 free chips.
Gives you a really good position, albeit it has to be said that the chips are fairly evenly spread today. But how do you intend to use your stack?
Well, they are very evenly spread. I mean, it's anybody's game. I think there's 24 players left, Des. Anybody could win it at this stage. There's no real big stack. There's a couple of small stacks, but a lot of players at 60, 70,000. So I'll probably sit back, let one or two players come out, and then get my chips in when we've got the best hand, you know.
See how it goes. Absolutely. Stuart, you're a regular at APAT events. Do you think is this your best chance to actually follow through and to win one?
It's the best chance I've had so far, yeah. I mean, I've gone deep in a couple, got to semi-final in Dublin, but this is the best chance with a good stack. I was short stacked on that occasion, pushed and lost. So yeah, I'm in good shape, and fingers crossed.
I'm with Chris McDonald. Chris, you've 97,500 chips through to day 2 of the APAT Scottish Championships. Can you tell us, were there any major hands in getting to this point?
Well, I did manage to, ride my luck once or twice. I think I need it for something of a tournament like this size. But I've had a few good hands, a few really, really bad hands, a few hands that I've bluffed with. But overall, if I have a hand, I'll play it.
Absolutely. Do you have much experience of playing 2-day type tournaments?
No, this is my first one. I qualified here at the start of last month, but that was only about 70 players, and the game was over by the end of the day. So this is my first, time playing over 2 days or more.
So do you feel any additional pressure being the Edinburgh qualifier for the Scottish Championships to bring the title home?
Not particularly, no. I mean, I'm just here to play for myself, basically. Like I said, it's the first proper tournament that I've played in, so I'm just glad that I've made it to day 2, and anything above that is a bonus for me. But seeing that I'm here, I'm kind of wanting to get as far as I can now.
Absolutely. And how do you intend to play today? Do you intend to keep things steady or push, or?
I've no idea. I've absolutely no idea. I've got no, set style of how to play. I'll just do it by the cards that I'm dealt in the situation I find myself in.
Yeah, I think that's quite wise. First 2-day tournament, have you enjoyed it so far?
I've actually, I thought it'd be something really, really stressful, but I've actually really, really enjoyed it. I got home to my B&B that I was staying in last night and just conked myself out. I was absolutely out of it, so I'm really enjoying it.
I'm with Paul Jeffries, who's through to day 2 here in Edinburgh. Paul, how many chips do you have?
62,500.
Any major hands to get you to that point?
No, a few bits and pieces really. Picked up some limping hands early on and just managed to hit all my flops, which quite rare for me, but it was nice when it happens. So managed to get paid off on the big hands, played them aggressively, and all went well.
Excellent. Of course, you're a regular at APAT events. Have you had a better chance to win one?
No, not yet. This is the first time I've made the second day. Really looking forward to it.
And what's the general standard of play at your table been like?
Very good. Mixture as you'd expect at a poker table, some loose players, some tight players, but it's really professional standard in my opinion.
Fantastic, thanks Paul. And in terms of your strategy for today, obviously a lot of evenly matched chip stacks. Do you see yourself pushing or just waiting for position? No.
I think I'll just see how the table's playing to start with, who I think is going to be loose, tight, and play my cards in my position.
First break in play on day 2, Fidel. How many chips do you have at the moment?
I'm around 60,000 at the moment, just hanging on in there.
How have you found play over the last hour or so?
Over the last hour it's tightened up a lot because obviously we're on the cash, well, the main cash bubble. So people have tightened up a bit and not shoving in as much as they've been doing at the beginning of this session.
60k presumably is quite short at this stage.
Quite short, yeah. I think there's maybe 2, possibly 3 short stacks than me. So they're going to have to get busy before I do, I think.
Absolutely. And is your thinking at the moment that you want to get through the cash bubble and effectively make the money?
At the moment, maybe through the cash bubble and then start getting really, really busy after.
Fantastic.
How many chips I've got left, that is.
Absolutely. Have you been to APAT events before?
I went to my first one in Manchester about a month ago. It was at the beginning of the month I went to that one. And I qualified for this one online at my first attempts. So, and it's the first time I've played a 2-day tourney as well. I've never played a 2-day tourney before.
Fantastic. Enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it immensely, yeah.
Great. Well, we wish you the very best of luck for the rest of today, Fidel, and hopefully we can see you on the final table.
I'm hoping so. Thanks very much.
Stuart, how many chips do you have at the moment?
Well, I'm sitting with 18,000. I started this session with 59, which was about middle of the road, but I haven't had a hand really, let's put it that way. But I'm a short stack master, I hope.
It's an uncomfortable situation in that we're effectively on the money bubble. What is your plan over the next sort of half an hour to an hour?
Well, I've got 3 or 4 hands, and then I think I'll just have to go all in if I don't hit anything when it comes round to my big blind or immediately before that.
Have you seen any cards at all so far today?
I did. I had an ace-king. Chap before me went all in. I followed him all in. He turned over 2 aces, so then I hit king-king to put me ahead, and the flop came queen-jack-10, so it was a split pot.
So you're hanging on by your fingernails.
By the fingernails, that's the one, yeah.
Stuart, you've been to APAT events before. Despite being short-stacked at this stage, presumably this is your best opportunity to win one thus far.
Yes, it is actually. I haven't done terribly well before. I haven't had many cards this weekend, but I'm happy to have survived this far.
And obviously, being a Scotsman, this will be the one to win.
Yes, oh, absolutely. I'd love to come back. It would be great, and I know that it's not impossible. I play with short stack quite a lot, and you can do quite well on occasions.
Fantastic. Well, Stuart, we're just about to go back to play after the break, and we wish you the very, very best of luck.
Thanks very much. Thanks, Des. Thank you.